Hi, myself Varsha, and my topic is Law of Logical Theory. And there are 10 laws of logical theory: the law of double negation, law of idempotent, identity law, inverse law, and domination law, competitive law, absorption law, De Morgan's law, associative law, and distributive law. And we are going to study about law of double negation. If the statement is true, then it is not the case that the statement is not true. Yourselves, negations of negation P is equivalent to P itself. It's known as law of double negation. And law of idempotent. Idempotent is a property of certain operations in maths and computer science, that they can be applied multiple times without changing the result beyond the initial application, whereas P or P is equivalent to P, and P is also equivalent to P itself. And third law is identity law. A law of identity states that each thing is identical with itself, whereas P or P is equivalent to P, whereas P and P is also equivalent to P itself. And fourth law is inverse law. Inverse law is a scientific law stating that a specified physical quantity is inversely proportional to the square of distance from the source of physical quantity, whereas P or negation P is equivalent to T naught, and P and negation P is equivalent to F naught. And next is domination law. Here the domination law states that it can be defined in a simple way, whereas P or T naught is equivalent to T naught, and P and F naught is equivalent to F naught. And next is competitive law. In maths, either of two laws related to the number operations of and multiplications whereof P or Q or is equivalent to Q of or P is inversely reversed to the law, and P and Q is equals to Q and P is equivalent to Q and P. And next is absorption law. Absorption law is an identity linking a pair of binary operations where P or of P and Q of is equivalent to P, where P or Q is of equivalent to P. De Morgan's law, they are a pair of transformation rules that are both valid rules of inference, where negation of P and Q is equivalent to negation of PQ negation Q, and negation of P or Q is equal to negation of P or negation Q. It's same as each other. And associative law, either two laws relating to number operations of additions and multiplication where P or of Q or R is equivalent to P or Q of or R, and P and of Q and R is equivalent to P of and Q of and R. And next is distributive law. In maths, the law relating the operations of multiplication and addition stated symbolically, where P or of Q and R is equal to P or Q and of P or R. Therefore, and P or is of Q or R of is equivalent to P of P of and Q or P of and R. And here is some simple example program of this property. For example, three proposition of P, Q and R is equal to prove that, where P is directly proportional to R, Q and R is equivalent to P and Q. Solution: P is equals directed to Q and Q directed to R. Negation P R is also directed to Q directed to R. Negation PB is also of negation Q or R. And here the next step is negation P or negation Q of negation or R is also known as associative law. And next is negation P and Q is or R is also known as De Morgan's law, and it's proved as P and Q is proportional to R. Proportional in the sense it's directed to R. Hence this problem is solved. And these are all the topics that I have completed in law of logical theories. There are 10 laws and each law is with an example program. That's it. Thank you.